All of these new homes are using electricity for lighting and appliances, TVs and entertainment centers, clocks and computers. Our lifestyle depends on electricity for almost all our modern conveniences. Some houses are even heated with electricity, but most will use natural gas. The convenience and cost of natural gas makes it the overwhelming choice of new homeowners everywhere.
Our new home.
Okay, make it official. Turn on the lights.
Uh-oh.
Don't let yourself be caught in the dark. Timely and trouble-free electric and natural gas service require that some important steps be taken before the service is needed. Steps that begin long before anyone can flip a switch or turn on a thermostat. So let's go back and start at the beginning with an important checklist that every builder, whether private or commercial, should follow. And DTE Energy should be right at the top of that list. For electric service, there are two critical times to call DTE Energy. The first is when the property is chosen, and then again when you're ready for service to begin. Involving a DTE Energy planner early on is also a great idea, whether you're building in a subdivision or not. DTE Energy planners can help you determine the best route for your service lines and meter location. In the case of new subdivisions, most have underground power lines that are already installed up to the undeveloped properties. DTE Energy planners can tell you where these lines are located. By contacting us early at 1-800-477-4747, you'll know up front the most convenient and cost-effective installation route for your service line. You can have a pre-construction meter mount approved by your local inspectors, installed by your technician, and energized by DTE Energy. It will allow the construction crew to use power tools at the site without portable generators. Meter installation requires a completed foundation, including backfilled walls. The meter location must be marked with a big red E. A 10-foot wide path must be cleared of debris and obstructions like building materials and mounds of dirt. And finally, the site must be graded to within 4 inches of the final grade. Then you can call DTE Energy for electric service installation. Typically, our construction crews arrive within 4 to 6 days after your call, weather permitting. They'll dig the trench, lay the cable, install the pre-construction meter, and energize it. You can choose not to initiate pre-construction electric service. You can call the same number to request electrical service after installation of the meter box by your electrician. When the pre-installation is complete, DTE Energy will come out to inspect the meter box installation for location, height, electrical connection points, and the main disconnect. If you choose to build a home in a rural or secluded area, the process is a little different. First, the DTE Energy Planner will discuss overhead and underground service options and their related charges with you. The DTE Energy Planner will also need to see proof of property ownership, such as deed, title, insurance policy, or land contract. A site plan that should include the exact location of the structure as well as its size, any well and septic fields, and any other buildings such as pole barns, sheds, or patios. Distances from the road and side lot lines to the main structure should also be identified on the plan. The DTE Energy Planner can also help you with an electronic site plan if you wish. Electronic site plans can be done on a computer, saved on a disk, and emailed. Talk to your DTE Energy Planner to determine what format will be best for you. The site plan will help the DTE Energy Planner determine the easiest and most economical way to provide you with electrical service. For instance, if your property is in a rural or secluded area, DTE Energy may have to extend power lines to the site. Normally, primary power lines run along the road. There may be a charge if they have to be extended to reach your property. Like you, DTE Energy values natural surroundings. But if trees interfere with the safety and reliability of electric service, tree trimming or removal may be necessary. In these cases, professional crews do the work following National Arbor standards before electric service is installed. It may also be necessary to run power lines over or under adjoining land to reach your site. The DTE Energy Planner will help you obtain approval for this. A DTE Energy representative will assist you in finding the most economical way to complete the installation. Wherever you build, here are some things DTE Energy would like you to know. DTE Energy uses the MISDIG service to locate underground utilities for our crews. But we also need help in locating private facilities, like sprinkler systems, invisible fences, septic tanks in fields, wells, or propane and oil tanks. For safety's sake, DTE Energy will not run wires over swimming pools. There are also height restrictions over patios and driveways, and the overhead line that comes from the pole to your structure, called the service drop, must also be a safe distance from the ground. Help DTE Energy maintain your service in good working condition by planning landscaping carefully so that it doesn't interfere with nearby power lines or equipment. Choose trees and shrubs based on how they will mature. Avoid plantings that will eventually interfere with power lines and equipment. DTE Energy can help you choose the right kind of plants and trees for this purpose. An early call to DTE Energy will give you all the information you need for a smooth electric installation. Establishing new gas service, just like electric service, requires the same planning and forethought for timely, trouble-free installation. That checklist, with Call DTE Energy right at the top, is a good first step. Next, call DTE Energy and get an application for the installation of gas line service. Grand Rapids and Muskegon can call 1-800-533-6220, and Southeastern Michigan should call 1-800-338-0178. The application form tells DTE Energy the what, when, where, why, and how of your gas service. It sets the system in motion and guarantees that your service will be ready when you are. This application form becomes official with your signature. Without it, no action on your request can be taken. The next most important part of the application is the date on which you expect the site will be ready for gas service to begin. Of course, if this date changes to a later date for any reason once the application is made, a simple phone call to DTE Energy is all that is needed. In deciding your ready-for-service date, be aware that new construction requires several prerequisites for gas service installation. First, the footing or foundation must be installed. Second, the building address or lot number must be visible on site. Third, the site must be leveled to within 4 inches of the finished grade. Fourth, the path of the gas service line on site must be free of all obstacles and debris. And last, a gas meter location sticker must be attached to the building where the gas meter is to be located. Part of the application for service is a simple site plan drawing that shows all underground facilities, such as sprinkler systems, wells, septic fields, electric service, or any other underground installations that could be damaged by new excavation. The drawing should also include the location of the garage and any cement pads, including driveways and patios. Finally, an accurate measurement of the distance from your property line to the meter is needed on this drawing, and should avoid any underground facility that is already planned or in place. When deciding on the location for your gas meter, several considerations are necessary. First, public code requires that a gas meter be at least 3 feet from an electric meter, any vents, windows, or other openings to the structure. The meter must be accessible for reading by DTE Energy. If the meter is located on the driveway side of the structure, there must be a minimum of 3.5 feet between the driveway and the building. Meters also should be installed in areas not affected by icing conditions. Since there are charges to relocate the meter, think about possible additions like decks, porches, or fences that may affect its location later. Although buildings cannot be located over natural gas service lines, DTE Energy can bore under sidewalks and driveways. Public code also prohibits gas lines from being installed in water or sewer trenches. Gas service lines cannot run through septic fields and must be at least 3 feet from them. Once the meter location is decided and the necessary measurements taken, the cost of the new gas service line can be calculated using the application instructions. Costs will include the meter and the service line installation, as well as other applicable charges such as winter rates or excessive line charges. The completed application and a check or money order must then be sent to DTE Energy in the envelope provided with the application. Once the service line is installed, but before a meter can be put in, several conditions must be met. One working natural gas appliance must be connected to the interior gas line. The gas lines need to be leak-free without any open lines. All gas lines must be capped or plugged if an appliance is not attached. The interior gas line must be connected to the meter bracket on the outside of the building where the meter is to be located. And for safety reasons, any bottled gas must be disconnected from the building. Finally, contact DTE Energy at 1-800-477-4747 at least 2 business days in advance to request that the meter be installed and the gas turned on. Whether you need electric or gas service installed or both, DTE Energy representatives can provide you with money-saving help and energy-conserving tips. Ask about special rate options, energy efficiency information, and incentive programs. Call DTE Energy at 1-800-477-4747 for all the information you'll need for timely, trouble-free new electric and gas service installation. But do it before you build, so you won't get caught in a cold and dark home. For more information on these and all your energy questions, go to our website at dteenergy.com.